Hi Aries, my name is Tawana. Welcome back to the channel. First of all, before we start, Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a really good holiday season, and I'm only wishing good things for our collective in 2024. I am going to be doing a reading today for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I'm filming this on the new moon in Capricorn on January 11th. However, this reading is valid for whenever you view this reading. I've been reflecting a lot on timing, and one of the things I would like to move away from in my readings in 2024 is limiting them to specific time periods and months, because it just doesn't work that way with readings, and it feels more restricting to me to keep tying my readings back to timing when I'm moving away from that as a concept even more personally in my life. So I will just say this reading was filmed on January 11th and it is valid for whenever you view it, and will continue to say that throughout all the other readings that I do. All right, so jumping into the cards that we're using the Angel Answers Oracle. We're also using the Sacred Rebels Oracle. We're using the Classic Tarot. That's a Rider-Waite Tarot. And interestingly enough, I think I shared this with you guys before. A friend of mine created this tiny book of affirmations, which I really, really like. But I think she has an Aries moon. I believe she has an Aries moon. It's funny how I remember all of my friends' big sixes. Studying astrology, you kind of start using your friends as observation points. So yeah, shout out to you, Ariel. Let's do this. Okay, Aries, so we start the reading with conscious connections, which tells me that you're dealing with an important, a very significant relationship or connection with someone else right now. Or if you haven't yet, you will be. I want to say that sometimes this card reminds me of mirroring, like being so similar to someone that it can be triggering. Or perhaps you are mirroring someone or they are mirroring you in just the most basic form of behavior. Regardless, it does feel like this connection is significant, and you know that. You know that, and they know that. What's interesting to me, this is the first time I've been noticing that they're both shying away. They're both facing away from this connection. So maybe within a conscious partnership or within a conscious relationship in your life that you're both aware of, like this is a significant relationship, maybe you are both disconnecting from it at this moment in time. And then we have focus on the light. And I feel like this is about your belief. It's almost like the disconnection within this connection is affecting your ability to believe in connectivity or believe in yourself. And this is like a reminder of there's always light available if you seek it. Like there could be darkness surrounding you, all around you, but there's always this one positive thing that you could focus on to bring you out of that darkness. And this is not a toxic positivity thing, because I am fully about dancing with your shadow and loving the hell out of your shadow, because really it's going nowhere. It's stuck with you for the rest of your life, and it is a part of you, so why not love it? But this feels like this is a matter of belief. It's almost like the angels, God, Source, Jesus, Allah, whoever you believe in. It's almost like they want you to maintain your belief. Like, don't lose your belief. Now I'm getting emotional. The third card is the word wants to be written, which I think this has been happening so much more often in my readings. It's almost like I'm becoming more and more sensitive in these readings. So I'll come into them and I'll be completely like in my own energy, and then I'll like dip into someone's energy and I'll like start to tear up, or I'll feel a little bit flustered, but yeah. The third card is the word wants to be written. So it feels like perhaps there's something you'd like to say. Perhaps there's something you'd like to say or interject or probably do, because you're realizing that this conscious connection is turning into a disconnection. And if these aren't your feelings, this could be the person that you're in this conscious connection with, and their energy being overpowering around you. All right, so let's jump into the tarot. We start the reading with the 8 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. And that is beside the King of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. And we also have another person popping in here, the Empress, surrounded by a Knight of Wands and the 10 of Cups. So we have two tens, and we have you showing up in your energy as the King of Wands. It feels to me like you're communicating perhaps about the stability of something, or you're communicating, perhaps you used to collaborate with someone. Maybe this was a home, or maybe this is a family member. It feels like you are both in partnership at some point. You are both sharing something, whether that is sharing a business, sharing a dream, sharing a home, sharing a relationship, sharing a family. But it feels like for whatever reason, maybe you had to leave. You left the situation. Maybe this was this could be like due to an illness. This could be due to finances. This could be due to so many. Feels like you made some kind of choice to leave, which impacted the stability of this situation. Maybe you had to travel. Maybe you had to travel. Maybe there was distance, physical distance between you and whoever this Empress is to you, which could be so many people. Could be your mother, could be somebody who you were in a relationship with, could be, this is Libra or Taurus energy, but it could be so many representations of people in your life. This is usually a person with a very nurturing aura, very nurturing energy. Very abundant, bountiful person. And if this isn't a person, this feels like maybe this is something that you were trying to like start to birth. Maybe this was an idea, or maybe this was a project, or who knows. You tell me whatever this is to you, this Empress is, but I'm taking it as a person in this reading. Yeah, so it feels like maybe you had to leave the situation, maybe you had to leave the person, maybe you had to leave the location. And I feel like that impacted the stability of whatever you were building, creating with this person, with this Empress. And it feels like now, for wherever you are, Aries, in your process, in your personal process, you've decided maybe it's time. Maybe you're ready now to revisit that space, revisit that person, revisit that opportunity, revisit that project, that collaboration, that business. So you're offering up, you're strategically offering up, like, maybe we could do it now, we could do it again, and we could do it more committed this time. And I won't leave the situation this time. Maybe you had something to do last time. Maybe you had, it feels like now you're offering the situation in a more, or you want to. Maybe this is just a desire. you would like to firm up the situation. Maybe you'd like to revisit this, whatever this is with them. And it feels to me like you're like presenting, you're like, I have this pentacle right now, and maybe we don't have all 10 pentacles anymore, but we can start over, and I have this one pentacle. But what I can tell you is that this time I'm here. I'm committed, because we have the Knight of Wands, and maybe this is a relationship, who knows? We have the Knight of Wands. You're like, and this could even be business because there's so many pentacles, but you're like, hey, I'm here now, and that like, you're looking at the light in the situation. I'm here now. Like, I couldn't be there before. I had some things to do. I had some things to take care of. Maybe I had some money to make. I had something. I had my health to take care of, whatever it is. I feel like it's almost like you want to communicate this to this person. And I don't know why the communication feels so hard or so emotional, but it does. So I feel like that's what this Seven of Swords is about. Usually the Seven of Swords talks about like trickery, theft, those kind of unscrupulous things. But in this situation, I almost don't feel like you're doing anything unscrupulous or being unscrupulous or trying to do anything negative. It's just that you've probably realized the impact, and so you are trying to find a way that is strategic that will give you probably the outcome or the response that you would like, which I think is a very human thing to do. Like, we all make judgments every single day. All of our judgments will not always be wise, sound. Sometimes we make an impulsive decision and we realize afterwards that I could have done that in a better way. So it feels like something like that. You're ready to communicate now. Like, I can do this now. I can build a project with you now. But it feels like whoever you're talking to, it's like you have so much to say and you have so much to like offer now in the present moment. But it feels like it's like you aren't able to get through to them anymore. Because it's almost like this Knight of Swords is talking to this High Priestess. And this is such a stark difference to me, because this person has everything in the world to say, and this person has nothing to say anymore. It almost feels like whatever you're telling this High Priestess, it doesn't really matter, because it's you can't access them. Maybe you can't access, maybe the High Priestess is this person, this Empress that you're dealing with or you used to collaborate with, who is also very spiritual energy, the High Priestess. Maybe intuitively in their own process that they're going through, it's not the right time. Maybe their guidance is it's not the right time anymore, or the timing is just not good for them right now. So it wasn't good for you before, but it feels like now maybe it's just not good for them, and that's their guidance. So no matter what you say, it feels like they have nothing to say. And then we have the Five of Wands and the Devil, which to me feels like, because they have nothing to say, it's almost like it's pissing you off. Like, why aren't you responding? Like, what? Why aren't you like, don't you see that I'm being authentic? I'm being emotional. I'm being honest. I'm being truthful. I'm rising to the occasion. Like, don't you see that? I feel like that's your energy. But Aries, I think the point of this reading is to remind you that, and maybe you're too involved in a situation to see this, it feels like just like you're going through your own process, this person that you're dealing with is also going through theirs. And relationships, conscious connections exist, potential and connections with each other exist. Those energetic cords, they're still there, but sometimes based on our own personal path and journeys, we have to disconnect from certain connections and like venture off to do our own exploration. And it just feels like that's what's happening in this connection. Like, you're ready, they're not. They're ready, you're not. Like, it's just a misalignment that keeps happening. And I feel like you need to honor that in them, just like you would honor that for you. If it's one thing about Aries energy, I feel like Aries and Sagittarius placements are the ones in the zodiac who truly understand that the human journey is a solitary one. Not that you can't collaborate with people in this lifetime and have meaningful relationships, but I just feel like Aries and Sagittarius people are the ones that I always observe who take 100% accountability for their life and their own experience, and they empower others to do the same. It's a level of independence that I love. I really admire it. I really think it's important to take accountability for your own life experience in that way, if you'd like to control the experience that you have. So I feel like Aries, if you could connect back to that, you will realize that you don't need to feel triggered by this person not engaging right now. They're going through their own process just like you did, maybe in the past. Because I think what the devil is here is because you're so attached to this connection, and possibly because you know what this is, you know who you're dealing with, and you know what this feels like, and you know what exists between the both of you. I feel like it's triggering to have this silence, or to be this unacknowledged. But I feel like you have to allow the situation to unfold in its own timing. You have to allow this person to evolve in their own timing in relationship to you. All right, so to close out the reading, we have with the Three of Wands, the Justice, which makes me feel like somewhere in the future. King of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have the Judgment, the Magician, and the Nine of Wands. It's almost like I feel like you're holding out for the possibility of this in the future. And I feel like your guides are like, Aries, if you believe in this connection as much as we think you do, let the situation unfold in its own timing. Because right now, it is not the time. You're frustrated. You're frustrating them. You both are not aligned right now. But if you just remain positive, it feels like the situation corrects itself, and correcting itself can be in a bunch of ways. It could just simply be that you guys have open communication at some point in the future. But it feels to me like the guidance is to surrender the situation for now, because you acknowledge that you guys are not in alignment at the moment. Because to me, this King of Swords feels like you're almost tempted. You're tempted to be like, you know, when we face rejection and we're like, you know, forget them. Like, I can be on my own. I can do this on my own. And maybe you can. Maybe you're fully capable of doing whatever this is, this project. Maybe if this is about a relationship, maybe this is, I could find another person. I could do, you know, like this is the human response of, okay, fine. You reject me? Like, okay, I'll do it by myself. It feels like that could be your response. Like, forget you. Forget this connection. It feels like it's too important though. Like this connection is too important. You just can't just be like, oh, forget you, forget whatever. Feels like that would be a lie that you're telling yourself. So this automatic reaction that you're having, I feel like Spirit's like, no, Aries, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go there. You don't have to feel jaded by this situation. The situation is correcting itself. Give it time. Give yourself and this person time to come back into alignment, if that is what is meant to happen. I feel like that. I feel like it happens though. Like, I haven't pulled the advice cards yet, but I do feel like this situation corrects itself at some point in the future, whether that be the ability to just have a conversation with each other, or the ability to collaborate on whatever this Ten of Pentacles is. Again, it just feels like, yeah, feels like there's a possibility. And for others of you, if this is a relationship dynamic, and let's just say you ended a relationship with someone, and for whatever reason you felt like revisiting it, like now is the time, like I can go back and I can like do better this time and whatever, and maybe you aren't met with the reaction that you want from the person on the other end, maybe the other person is turning away from the connection. It feels like don't get into this jaded attitude of, oh, it will never happen for me, I'm always going to be alone, I'm no. I feel like you almost don't realize what's coming up in your future, like the possibilities that are coming up in your future. So don't do this to yourself. Don't keep all of yourself to yourself. Don't refuse to share your energy with others because you're convincing yourself that things never work out for me. I never get my happy ending. Don't do that, because I feel like the universe really wants to bless you. Maybe not right now, maybe not in 2 weeks, maybe not in 3 weeks, but I feel like there's a blessing that's coming. I feel that strongly. All right, so let's get some advice. I'm going to pull from Ariel's tiny affirmation deck. Spirit, angels, and guides, what's the affirmation for Aries right now? What's the affirmation for Aries? It's almost like you get cold and hard. Like, look how warm you are in your energy in this card. I feel like this experience is almost triggering you to shut down. I tweeted about this recently, and I feel like it reminds, like I'm reminded of this in this reading. I was talking about on Twitter how the real work is keeping your heart open, because there's so many experiences in this lifetime that will force you to consider shutting down, shutting off entirely, just not wanting to feel anything anymore. And I just, that's not the way, Aries. All right, what's the advice for Aries? What's the advice for Aries? Or what's the affirmation for Aries? One more. I asked for 3 and I got 4. I'm going to take it. The first card. Oh, I got a blank one, so I did get 3. Ariel included these blank ones in the deck just because I think her intention was there are some affirmations that you need to create yourself, to customize yourself according to your own situation. So maybe you do need to think of your own affirmation, but I'm going to share a couple with you. The first one is, I am strong, capable, and confident. The second one is, I always see the truth and find the exit in due time. The third one is, I am one of the star players. And I almost want to get some additional advice from the Angel Answers Oracle. What's the closing advice for Aries? No need to worry and reconsider. See, no need to shut down. Don't do that. You're robbing yourself of an experience that is coming in the future. All right, I'm going to leave you here. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys next time.